If Jesus is able to sympathize with the human experience on every level, then we don't get to see when he was most vulnerable. You know, when kids do something they ain't supposed to do, and you just say, man, hey man, kids gonna be kids. So, you know, doing something that you don't have no business doing is part of being a kid. Learning from your mistakes. So if they say experience is the best teacher, when was experience the best teacher for Jesus? So we don't have the luxury of seeing or reading about what Jesus was like as a child. What was he like at 18? What was he like at 21? When he got his first place? What was he like? So you can't even use Jesus as an example for your teenage son. How you gonna say that, son, this is the pattern of your life? This should be the pattern of your life as a teenager, or Jesus should be the example of your life when you come into adulthood. You don't even have him coming into adulthood to use him as an example of what he was like. How can Jesus be an example for teenagers? Something they never taught us in Bible, in Sunday school. How you gonna teach Sunday school when we don't even, you teach it, you got children's church, and we don't even know what Jesus was like as a child. We don't know. So your teenage years are some of your most important years in coming into adulthood. So when you say that the missing 18 years of Jesus' life don't matter, you saying that you can do whatever you want. Your teenagers can do whatever they want, all the way up from 12 to 30. None of their life experience matters. From 12 to the ages 12 to 30, it doesn't matter what they was like. We don't have to know nothing about what their life was like, what their human experience was like between the ages of 12 and 30. That's not important. When in fact, like I said, teenage years going into adulthood, those are the most important years of your life. So you can't tell your child you shouldn't talk back because Jesus never talked back. Well, you don't know that. Do you have a record of what his childhood was like in your 66 books? Do you have an example of how Jesus dealt with peer pressure? You know what I'm saying? How did he deal with his hormones? You know what I'm saying? His sexual urges as a teen. How did he conquer that? How did he overcome that? What temptations did he face being under peer pressure, being a teenager? So you don't have no example to show your teenage son and your teenage daughter how to be Christ-like during their teenage years. You don't have it. You don't even have them coming into adulthood, them getting out of college. What was Jesus like from the ages of 21 to 29? When Jesus got his first apartment. You know what I'm saying? When he first, I can't say learn how to drive because they ain't have no cars. You know, when he got his first license, you know, how to ride a horse, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, like how to ride a donkey. Yeah, I mean, how you gonna say that ain't important? Because If it would have been any time that he would have fell into temptation, it would have been when he was a teen and when he was in his adult life, when he was facing peer pressure. When he, when his mama, well, he already talked back in the Bible. We can read about that. We can read how he was disrespectful. He had a disrespectful response to his parents when he went missing for 3 days and they couldn't find him. So we can see when he was 12, what he would have been like leading up to that 15 and 16 and 18. He would have been something else. Maybe that's why they took it out.
You believe what you can show, or just believe from what you know? What make a book holy if God never wrote it? Imagine God was just misquoted. If God was